I think the Seahawks easily had one of the best drafts this year. And by every means, they had to hit it out of the park in this NFL draft based on the moves that they made, getting rid of DK Metcalf and Geno Smith, getting a bunch of later round picks. They had to do very well. And obviously, none of these guys have played a lick of football in the NFL, so it's to be seen, but I like the starting place. And there's a lot of guys to talk about here, but let me just give you some of my favorite picks. Obviously, Gray Zabel was one that everyone was predicting to go to Seattle, and it made just too much sense. He fits Klint Kubiak's scheme, and I don't think he has to be this all-pro incredible guard for this to work. Now, it would be much appreciated coming from a Seahawks fan, but the expectations on the floor in terms of interior offensive line for the Seattle Seahawks. And with their next pick, they quite literally get a freak of nature in Nick Emmanwori. I promise I'm going to work on that pronunciation all summer, but this is a guy that could be Mike Macdonald's Swiss Army knife in the secondary. And the best part about it is with Seattle's roster, he doesn't have to be set on an island in terms of what the secondary already has. They have great players within that system. So he's just going to be an incredible complementary piece. The Elijah Arroyo pick, I think, is fine. The tight end room needed some juice, but the Jalen Milroe pick is the one that I'm really excited about. This dude has the talent and the upside to be the best quarterback in the class. You got him in round 3, and there's no expectation for him to start anywhere close in the first 2 years. Based on every single report, this sounds like a guy that the work ethic is not something that you're going to have to worry about, and he's just going to be a project quarterback that I think you could put him into some packages even in year 1 because he's that dynamic of a runner. But the expectation that he is going to be your future quarterback, he can sit, he can learn under Sam Darnold, a guy that is a veteran in this league. I love it. But what I think makes this draft so special is some of the moves they made in the late rounds. Torrey Horton in the 5th round is an absolute steal. Seattle desperately needs some outside support, and I think this dude had become vastly underrated during the draft process. Same for their 7th round pick in Ricky White. I had the luxury to go see Ricky White in person for the Shrine Bowl, and he was shredding every corner he was facing. He was one of the stars during the entire Shrine Bowl practice. I also love that they got Damian Martinez in round 7. That just shows how deep this running back class is. And this is definitely a year, at least the upcoming season, where Kenneth Walker is going to have to step up, or he's most likely going to leave the team. And I think this is a great insurance play with a guy like Damian Martinez. And in terms of UDFAs, guys like Zy Alexander and Jackson Woodard are both players that I think could end up making the 53-man roster. But I want to know, am I just being delusional as a Seahawks fan, or do other people think this draft is as good as I think it is?